Okay, so ran out of battery, and I had lunch, and now there's like 20 minutes left, and then that's all I got. Um, so yeah, what I left off with, yeah. So basically, you have like your character sheet, and you also have almost like a script teller, or at least I like just saying things like, oh, that's beautiful, or oh, that's, or I feel really great right now, and then you act really great, and or I feel so miserable right now, and then you can see your head kind of like, oh, miserable. Like, so letting go of that, the talking about what is going on, and just seeing what is going on. And that's very difficult for me, because I'm a thinker in my nature, and so there's always something going on in my head. And so this is the part that, this is the real reason I'm at the monastery right now, is for this part, because basically what I've been doing is just like basically spending time sharpening my ability to stay on task by watching like the ordinary breath, just for hours, and yeah, not getting caught up in thoughts and stuff. And when I do get caught up in thoughts, just realizing, oh, I'm caught up in thoughts, and then watching the ordinary breath again. And yeah, that's like anchoring more and more onto task, onto watching existence. And then the other half is basically just like throughout every moment of the day, with this ability to stay on task, the task is, yeah, just realizing throughout the day then reality, and dropping all mental chatter whatsoever throughout the entire day, which is, like, in the beginning it was scary. I was like, well, what is this gonna do to me? like, is this gonna, because I had never stopped thinking, probably since the time I was, like Ajahn Sumedho says, one of the monks that I'm going to send you talks by, he says, like, okay, so thinking is talking in your head, so you can't be doing that if you can't talk yet. So he says, like, as a baby, there is no thinking going on, there is just knowing, and then you hear all the people talking around you and stuff, and you learn how to talk. And then the thinking process takes on language, where before it was like knowing and craving and feeling, but not any way having a language to it, which is very interesting. So yeah, but yeah, I was like, is this gonna vegetate me? What is this gonna do? So I tried it. I was like, yeah, okay, and just basically, so the third thing that binds us into suffering is not trusting basically the teaching or reality or whatever. So like with that, I was like, oh, what is this going to do? So I couldn't trust in reality to keep. So yeah, so basically I just, throughout the day, like especially on the walking path, because I'll sit and I'll watch the breath, and then I'll do walking meditation, and I'm just walking back and forth, trusting fully in reality. So I'm not thinking. I trust that wherever the thoughts came from, I'm not controlling them. I'm just listening to them, basically, and I can just trust them to do their own thing wherever they go, and they just go away. And then I'm left with peace, and the sounds around me, and the feelings in my body, and the sights and everything. And it's just like, it's basically like knowing very clearly everything that the senses can take in that moment, and that's really nice. And so basically right now at this point I'm trying to extend those moments, because it'll be like, it's still just seconds at a time that I'm totally, completely and utterly at peace, just the five senses and consciousness. And then like maybe the thought will come like, wow, and I'm like, damn it, and so then I have to let go of that. Yeah. But like, yes, I finally got it, and that's a thought. Let go of that. So that's basically it. That's what I'm doing. And in that state, everything's perfect. Like, because everything's just peace. What it is. Like, it's just nice. And, yeah, being able to be like that forever would be like the greatest gift in the world. I couldn't imagine a better, because it's not like zombified either, because like all my thinking is not like, most of the time it's totally irrelevant to what I'm doing. Like if I'm hammering a nail, I'm not thinking, hold the hammer like and describing, no, like I just know and hammer, and what I'm thinking about is usually like something that doesn't really pertain to it, like whatever the hell I'm thinking about, I don't know, but it's definitely not telling me how to hammer. So thoughts are, the way I see them now, they're basically totally irrelevant to the knowing and the consciousness of the moment. And so yeah, I'm seeing thoughts as separate from me. I'm seeing I can let them go. When they come, I see it as like, oh, there's a thought. Like, I don't actually think there's a thought, but I just know. I know the thought is there. And what it's about and stuff, but it's not like, I don't feel bound to listen to the thought anymore. And like, yeah, okay, so it's like only moments at a time that I'm totally free, but even the moments that thoughts are coming and going and stuff, yeah, I'm entertaining them for a second, but I can let them go. So that's why I say like I'm totally free from the depression. I don't know how it could come back, because all of that was caused by my thinking process. So like holding on, just sitting there in a otherwise pleasant moment, and thinking about being totally caught in this and not able to let it just go. So yeah, so trust, doubt is the third fetter, the third thing that binds us, and people say it's doubt in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and stuff like that, and if so have faith in the Buddha and stuff like, but if you take it as the Buddha as being awareness and the Dhamma as being reality that you're aware of, and the Sangha being yourself practicing, then yeah, faith in that. You're just having faith that your awareness, I have faith that my awareness is not lacking in some way. It's just like everyone's awareness, ability to be aware. Reality's always here, reality's always going. I don't have to do anything. You know, I don't have to try to hear sounds, they just happen. And I know that they're happening, and I don't have to try to feel something. I know the chair's here. Like it's just there. I can feel it. And so I don't have to do any. My job is to exist. Job done. Hello. I'm existing, and that's a wonderful feeling to just know my job is to exist. And wow, job done. Don't have to do anything more. Done. Whole process. All the stress gone. It's really nice. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. Because once it's thoroughly ingrained in me, like once I have from personal experience let go for long stretches, like days at a time, and just pure aware of reality and acting on reality instead of half aware and half thinking and half, and yeah, once that's fully ingrained, then I won't need to be here anymore, and so maybe I'll stay at monasteries, maybe I won't. I have absolutely no idea. But I don't want to leave until I finish this process, because it's the best thing I feel like I've ever done in my life. Like, I feel like so much of a more complete person just with the time I've spent looking at reality and seeing what it's about, and knowing it for myself instead of just reading it in a book or something like that. Actually putting it into practice. Like, yeah. And at first, all I could do was basically like change the channel in my head. So that might be, I don't know what your mental state is, but one thing, when I couldn't let go of thoughts at all, well, I could sure as hell change the channel, so I just think of something else. Like, because it's like tuning into a radio station or something. So I would just like tune into Family Guy or something. Some really happy memory. And, yeah, just change the channel. And so then I would go from being in this depressed mood to, once the steam from the old thoughts wore out, and I was really just paying attention to Family Guy or whatever, yeah, that's not getting rid of the problem. Like, eventually it'll come back, but then you can change the channel again. So at least growing the ability to be aware that these negative thoughts are happening enough to change the channel. That's very helpful. And it doesn't take much, just like have something that you're happy with. Like Family Guy, or anything that gives you happiness, and then you can think about it, and the mind clings to that instead of clinging to the negative thoughts. And when it comes back to the negative thoughts, go back to the happy thoughts. So at least that's a doable, as soon as you notice that you're having negative thoughts. Let's see, I'm gonna go to Thailand. Right now my visa is in the works, like, to stay here another 3 months. And then on the 6th of January, I'm supposed to fly to Thailand, and I'll ordain as a novice monk there. Stay there for about 3 months, and then come back here on a religious workers visa for 2 years. And then that's way too far in the future for me to have any idea what's gonna happen. But that's the plan as it's coming along, as I understand it right now. And yeah, I'm happy. Like, I miss everyone so much. Like, sometimes I just, I get caught up in that kind of thinking, because I'm, I am still caught in thoughts of, and I haven't let them go totally, and so yeah, I can be like, man, it'd be nice to see whoever, and it seems like I miss everyone. Like, anyone that pops into my head, it's like, oh wow, I miss, even if I never talked to them for ages. And but that comes and goes, and I know that what I'm doing here is so helpful to me. And the more complete I am, the more I'm helpful to other people. So, like, at this point, at least, even if I left right now, I could give people the gift of I would never argue with them. I would never, and that's a huge gift, like, the gift of harmlessness, being, that's a wonderful gift. And the more I can grow these things, yeah, why the hell not? I can't think of a better thing to do with my life. Yeah. I don't know how much time is left on the camera. I think it's only got like a couple more minutes. But so in that time, I love you, Mom, Sandy, Jesse, everyone I don't name right now, like Rachel for sure, Ariana. I will love to be able to come back. Probably when she's like 5 or 6 is when I'll be back, like, because after 5 years I'm totally allowed on my own steam, like, because you're supposed to stay 5 years with a teacher. But yeah, and be able to just be a even better uncle than I would have been before, and yeah, miss Alex Partisan a lot. Think about him a lot. Jesse, I miss Jesse a hell of a lot. Yeah, Chad, everyone. Yeah, yeah, and I love all you guys. And you guys give me steam to keep going, actually, because thinking that I am an uncle, that's awesome. You know, Uncle Josh, like that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's gonna be really nice to be able to come back to you guys after, because I mean, in 3 months, I don't know how many hours I've meditated, but 8 hours a day every day. That's a lot of damn hours. So 5 years like that. The metamorphosis. That's massive. And, the area I'm going in Thailand is like up on the border with Burma, and it's got tigers, poisonous snakes, malaria, like everything. Also enlightened, supposedly totally awake, constantly peaceful people, that I can ask questions, like and they can tell me things that I would never have thought of and would have taken me maybe 20 years to dawn on me, and I can reflect on what they say instead and be like, oh, and realize it so much faster. That's the benefit of good teachers. Yeah, that should kick so much ass. Thailand, I came, just walked away with nothing. I can't believe how far it's taken me. I never would have imagined that I would be sitting here on the other side of the planet a year after I left this last. I thought maybe, I don't know, anything that I possibly could have imagined when I left for New Zealand was not this, and this is nice. This is very nice, and then to think, yeah, that I'll be going to Thailand and I'll be in robes. Like that's crazy. That's so crazy. Because I wanted to be a monk, but at the same time, like, wow, it's awesome that it's happening. That's yeah. I don't know what else to say, but I want to just leave it until the time runs out, basically.